And we're live
Hey guys.
in the Christensen basement. This is Marriage is for Quitters.
This is not our basement. This is our pod loft.
You're right. It's a pod loft. It's very professional. We pay a very heavy price for this fancy studio. Oh, hey.
What's that noise?
I was watching the stream on my phone.
We have one viewer.
And it's us.
And it's us.
Yeah, I do open that. So if anyone does have anything to say on there, I can not notice until the end. So yeah, this is Marriages for Quitters, and where we are all learning together to stop being selfish and be our person's person.
I'm Lindsay Christensen.
I'm Lucas Christensen.
And we are the Christensens.
This was not rehearsed. Yeah, so this week we're talking about communication.
We're talking about communication? You didn't tell me that.
I know. I did not inform you. I think that's... So, yeah. And I do want to say that this week we're going to do this podcast from...
Ooh, crackly.
My bad, guys.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
It's the stream. It's the stream's leaking in there. So I want to do this week's podcast from the perspective of we're also learning, because communication is probably one of our worst attributes. We are terrible at it. And
mostly me. But I feel like I'm a little scared to do this one.
You're a little scared.
You might eat me alive.
I have no intentions of eating you alive.
Okay.
Well, that was a couple podcasts ago. We go into depth on that one, but no, that's not my intention. And I got a little cold feet about talking about this too, because we're not great at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted you about it. I didn't want to do it, and you're like, no, let's do it. And then the night before, last night, you're like, okay, let's do something else. I'm like, what?
No.
I've been mentally preparing.
I didn't say let's do something else. I said, if you really want to, we can do something else. But to me, we're not experts. We're not here. I'm not a therapist, or, we're not experts in marriage or relationships. We just have a really great relationship that people are always, commenting like, how do you guys love each other so much? Blah, 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 blah. And we're not experts in anything. And I think it's important for people to see, one, that we're not perfect, mm-hmm. and to come at a place of being genuine and authentic, and like, okay, this week is our biggest struggle. I play a huge part in why our communication sucks, like bigger than you, and you have it's a different way of, your shortcomings in communication, but it's not an easy topic for us, because I think it is our number one source of anytime we argue or fight, it's because of communication. It's not finances, it's not sex, a lot of times it is the kids, but it's because of communication within our children and how we, raise them and whatever. I hope that noise isn't coming through Lincoln upstairs, like
our kids
riding his bicycle in the house or something.
No, remember in gym class, those little scooters we used to roll around on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't have bought those for the kids, because they're using them. That's okay, though. But communication is, I was thinking about this and like trying to prepare myself the ways that we could improve on it and goals and stuff we could work together. But it's more than just communication as we don't talk to each other, mm-hmm. and tell each other messages. It's also how just we as men and women communicate differently in the way that you say stuff compared to me. So, for example, like the book I was reading, for men only, it mm-hmm. talks about how women speak in a certain way, but they mean something else. And it's this weird decipher thing. And men speak in a more direct manner, like go to point A to point B. But because of the way that women, and these are all generalizations, it's you may be different listening at home. But the way women speak, because of the way they speak, sometimes they'll interpret what men are saying through their own lens. So like I say, hey, we should really get this work done. And I mean, we should really get this work done. But you hear, he doesn't think I do anything around the house.
Yes.
He doesn't think I'm doing anything. He thinks I'm a terrible wife and everything and this. And I'm just like,
I don't know where, I mean, you said it was men and women, but I don't even know, like, I know plenty of women that don't think like that immediately. And I do. And I had an amazing childhood, amazing upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like my parents did anything, you know,
Well,
to make me feel like.
This is statistically.
I know, but it's weird how I have developed that bad habit of assuming that.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad habit. I just think that's how you communicate. And so you start to listen the way like when you say something, I assume you mean what you're saying. And so I do or listen to what you're saying, but I'm not, necessarily hearing what you're trying to say because you're meaning something deeper. And I'm just like,
Oh, okay.
right. So, but I did a little search for some statistical stuff that we can look at and see if it reminds, because it talks about the statistical differences between the way men and women communicate.
You're so good at doing homework.
Well, this is important to me.
It's important to me too.
Oh.
You're saying it's not important to me.
See? There we go.
It is exactly what I hear.
I know it is. I should have worded that different. See, that's the thing too. So we have to understand how we communicate, and we also have to be sympathetic towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the biggest, before I go into this paper, the biggest thing, it's actually in here too. The biggest shortcomings of men is when the way we speak to each other, when we're a group of guys, guy A will say, man, I really messed this up, man, this sucks. And the other guys are like, hey, if you do this, that'll fix that problem. That'll solve that. And what I've learned over the years is that when you're talking to a woman, and most women, when you're talking to most women, they will express to you an issue or a problem, and they don't necessarily want you to fix it. In fact, that's viewed as offensive or disrespectful to them. And I still don't understand exactly why that is, but I know that I'm just supposed to shut my mouth and listen and agree with what she's saying, which is really hard. I think what someone said, and my mom said to me once maybe, was that women are processing as they're speaking their day, like the things that went bad as they're talking, they're actually unraveling the whole experience.
Yeah, that's true.
And when guys talk about it, they've been unraveling it in their mind for hours, and they're like, man, I really need help with this one. Otherwise we don't necessarily even say it out loud.
Yeah. Or it's like all of our thoughts and feelings are bottled up. Like with me, I'm at work all day and I don't necessarily text you every second because I'm trying to work. And
Can't believe it.
It's just like, I need to talk to him about this. I need to ask him this. I need to do this. I need to make sure this goes in the calendar. Blah, blah, blah. And it's all like in there. And then I already have a hard time focusing like all the time. And then when I get home to you, it doesn't just like, I don't just express those things and like go back to them and like, oh yeah, I was going to talk to him about this and about this and about. It's like you leave to maybe go to men's group or something, like, dang it, I forgot to talk to him about this. And it's just like over and over, I just keep forgetting those little things. And it just like piles up in there. And then when it's time to like actually talk, there's so much jumble. I'm just like, what do I,
That, as I'm listening to you say all these things, what's going on in my head?
What?
Here's how I can help her solve this problem.
What? You want me to like write it down or put it in my phone?
No, I'm just saying,
know.
I'm just explaining to you what is going on in my head as I'm thinking of all the ways I can help you solve it. Immediately, if you want me, would you like my immediately what I thought is just do it in the moment when you think about it.
Text you in the moment?
Yeah.
I'm not always in a scenario where I can. Like at work, I'm constantly moving and doing stuff. I'm already on my phone probably too much at work, like with social media and stuff. So I try to like not be on it so much. And and you don't like when I throw my phone in the river, as you say. So I don't want to text you something and then it's like something I really like want to talk about, and then you answer me and then I can't really respond back. That, or I'm with the kids doing a million things around the house and you're maybe downstairs or you're somewhere else, and it's just I don't know, it just doesn't. Most things I like to talk face to face as opposed to sitting there on a text message, or I hate the telephone, but
my arms get tired.
yeah. Or you ever get have the telephone get hot, like you're talking so long it's like burning your face.
I try not to talk that long.
It happens with my mom. I probably talk to my mom the most, like on the phone. So I'll be like, I love you, Mom, but my face is hot.
Yeah, it is.
That's our speakerphone comes in. But
maybe we could come up with like a code word that means like, I cannot talk about this now, but
tacos, always tacos.
yeah. Well, yeah, sure. You could say like, we could say tacos is the word. You could say, first of all, you could say the command to activate your watch. Which I don't want to say it because I don't want it to activate right now.
Right.
But you say, hello, lady, friend. And then, and then you could say, quick command, or maybe there's a shortcut for it or something. Who knows? And then you could just get it out there. Tacos. I want to talk about this.
And then later in the night,
then we could have a list or something. Or you can, instead of just texting, you could maybe do like have a thing in your phone to add this to, just like you do with Alexa, add this to conversation.
I also get very discouraged to talk or open my mouth or just anything when I come home and there's 27 TVs on, everybody's on their phone, or when we go to bed and the TV is automatic. It's not like an inviting atmosphere, and I feel like I'm interrupting everyone's like free time. So I have a hard time feeling like validated in those, or like I'm important enough to be talking and not with the kids. I'll be like, shut your fucking TV off. It's sorry.
Language.
Sorry. I can't stand it. But with the kids, it's fine. But like if you're watching TV or playing video games, like I know that's your downtime also. So I don't want to interrupt that, or especially if it's like something little and it could be just a quick little blurb. And I haven't quite formulated exactly what I want to say yet. And so it's like, I don't know. And then it just gets pushed back. So.
Well, we should come up with some way to talk, and you can maybe, because I know a lot of times you just like want to talk right now and you say, let's talk. And it's like, well, I kind of had plans for the next at least 5 minutes. Maybe instead of that, we can say, hey, in a few minutes, can we talk? Or next time you're available.
But then I feel like I'm in trouble, and then it's like, I need to know right now.
I don't think I'll ever have the same need to talk the same way you do. So I think I'll be the one who feels like I'm in trouble. So
Okay.
I don't know if she found out my secret. Just kidding. I have no secrets. Okay. So a lot of this stuff that we were just talking about is, and here you could take this. This is actually going over. That's like communication tips right there that I found out.
Thanks, teacher.
I was just looking those up because I wanted to see like the difference between how we talk and ways that we could meet on the same level, because I think ultimately we want the same thing. We want to communicate. I think a lot of the biggest thing I think for me is like, before we were married, we were two individuals and we didn't have to check with anyone. There was not that. I wanted to go, I had my work and I went to work and I didn't have to tell anyone I was going to work. I just did. Goodbye. My house is empty. No one to worry about. Come home. I want to go hang out at the bar. I go to the bar. I go with my friends. I go with my friends. And communicating with dudes is, drink, bar. Like that's the whole thing. And then you just show up and you're like, yeah. But now that we're married, we're coming together and we're real, we have people that depend on us. We have people that want to plan around our schedule, but we don't, we have to figure it out. I need to know when you work. You need to know when I work and when we're going places so we can kind of, work together. And I think something that really helps a lot is the calendar, having a shared calendar so we can input all of our information in there and see everyone's schedule. And what was the other thing? Forgot what it was, but that's a really good tool. And I'll throw that out there for anyone who's watching. That will solve a lot of problems because you don't have to talk to them and ask them every single day, when are you working or when's this next thing you're doing? All the events are already organized. You just look, hey, that date's booked up. Can't do anything there. And also Life 360, hashtag plugging apps that aren't paying us. We get to spy on each other all the time and see if they're home. Like, hey, can you check on this since you're home? Or I see you're over here right now. Oh, you're leaving work. I better.
Or Juliana, you're at Target, aren't you? I need blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
She knows when I arrive at Target. She must have
it triggered just for when you.
Because I literally walked in, got my coffee, and then she's like, I see you're at Target. Can you get me some foundation? I'm like, freaking child, you drive now. But I do work like right next to it. So
do they have like gooder makeup than other places?
They just have my kind of makeup. Or for her kind of makeup. Yep.
I don't condone makeup. I think no one should wear makeup. Hashtag no makeup movement. Hashtag free the nipple.
Anyways. Did you have anything else to add into your last point?
No, but I did want to say that I noticed I am taking over a lot of this conversation. And
you were nervous to do it.
No, I take over the conversation a lot most of the time.
You're more smarter.
Not because I'm smarter. I'm just more dominant in a conversation.
Yeah.
Not like I'm better or smarter.
No, I know.
I just don't notice I'm doing it, especially if I had a drink, man. Whew, look out. I also have an issue with asking people about themselves. So that's something I really need to work on.
You don't like to do it.
I just don't realize I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And then it's also one of those things that kind of gets away from you. And then you're like, oh, crap. Now it's awkward. If I do it now, it's awkward. I better not.
That's why sometimes when we're together, I'll start I'll try to do those kind of things.
You're my yin.
Yep.
And I'm your yang.
I found a cool quote that made me like, oh, I want this to be like my marriage. Hold on. It's from an author.
Hold on. My men's group is texting me. So inappropriate.
Maybe they're trying to tell us they can't hear the podcast.
No, your sister's, our sister, I guess we can call her, is commenting like crazy.
Oh, my Katie girl?
Yeah, she's, how'd you know it was her?
Because my sisters don't listen.
No, it is your,
it's my sister?
It's your Katie.
Well, now I feel like a batch.
Yeah, you're definitely a batch. She said she's listening to everything I'm saying, but she's keeps looking at you because you're so cute.
Oh, my baby.
And she says, I literally have Life 360 on Dominic, and he does too. Mom as well, and Nicole. And then now she just said, I'm the best sister.
You really are. She's so supportive.
Well, I agree, but don't tell your other sister. Don't worry, she'll never find out. She won't watch this.
I know. It says, without good communication, a relationship is merely a hollow vessel carrying you along on a frustrating journey fraught with the perils of confusion, projection, and misunderstanding. I don't want to be a hollow vessel. Like a pirate ship?
I know I was not listening very well, or I didn't comprehend very well. Can you just do that one more time for me and anyone else who tuned out during that part of the podcast as well?
Is it because of my monotone voice or something?
No, your voice is sexy. I was just thinking about them.
Okay. This is from a popular author, Cherie Carter Scott. Never heard of her. Without good communication, a relationship is merely a hollow vessel carrying you along on a frustrating journey fraught with the perils of confusion, projection, and misunderstanding. I like the word fraught.
Yeah. You know what I don't like about that?
What?
They had a great opportunity to make so many seafaring analogies, and they just
I thought of pirates.
yeah, because they're like, oh, it's a vessel, right?
Yeah, a hollow one.
Yeah, a
And
hollow
fraught.
one, like a ship. It's not carrying anything, and you could have been tossed and turned by the waves of
Whoa.
distraction and confusion. Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, and they blew it. But
Maybe Sherry doesn't like pirates like we do. Nobody does.
I just love pirates.
I know we love pirates.
Not the 2009 movie, which actually, sorry I mentioned that. Don't look it up. It's a naughty movie. It's a bad one. Don't ask me how I know about it. It's not from watching it. My friend. Oh, I'm taking myself a grave here.
You, what are you talking about? Are you watching pirate porn? You sicko.
Yes.
That's probably
No.
it.
Okay. So it's not that I partook in this particular thing, but back in the day, it was revolutionary because it was before they got good at making visual videos, dirty videos like that, and it was like the highest budgeted dirty video ever at the time, and it was like a huge production. And I didn't watch my friend.
Yeah.
I don't want to implicate him, but the one who lived in California with us that you liked a lot, he had that. He had house parties with his parents, and they would have that playing in tents, like stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm
Creepy.
like creepy. Anyways, back to the subject. Hollow vessel, yeah,
Hollow vessel.
because we're kind of just like doing everything, and we don't have a mission, we don't have goals, we're not. I would even say that if without communication, you're two separate
Yeah.
vessels, and I think that
And I don't think we're that bad. I don't feel like floating ships in the night with you. Like, I feel there are times where I'm like, whoa, I have not communicated with my husband in a long time. Like, this feels weird. He feels distant. But then I'll immediately text you like, I need to connect. So don't.
yeah, you do.
My sister's on here. She doesn't know that I have sex.
Well, now she does.
Those 3 kids were from the air. I don't know.
Immaculate conceptions.
Immaculate.
I just launched it across the room and turkey baster. Yeah, I think we have the same goals. I mean, the same ambitions and dreams. I mean, we have different ambitions, but ultimately they all lead to the same place of protecting and building up our family.
Mm-hmm.
And but sometimes it is like we're not on the same page of stuff. Sometimes our parenting stuff's not on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes our cleaning stuff isn't on the same page, or scheduling, knowing when stuff's going on, stuff like that. There's just like little things, and it's like sometimes it's just easier just to just like and just be upset about it or walk away. And I do notice a lot of my friends and family will call me to talk about their relationship problems.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'm not just like the relationship guru. That's not why they do it. They just my brothers and some of my friends, we're close. They can confide in me without judgment, so they do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I notice they speak their frustrations and about what they want to do and what they wish would happen and all this, and I ask them, well, have you communicated that clearly to your partner? And I think no one wants to be like, well, no,
Right.
So they'll say they do, but you can kind of tell that
Certain things feel weird to communicate. Like, do I really need to ask this right now? Like, if I'm getting frustrated that the house is messy, which I don't mind cleaning the house, but let's just use that as an example.
Mhm.
If I come home after I have already cleaned the house and then the kids are home all day and I come home and the house that I just cleaned is messy, I internalize that and get frustrated and then just start cleaning it up instead of saying, like, asking for your help or asking the kids for help. I just like put it all on myself because it feels like by asking you, I'm interrupting your day I know that you also had a busy day, and you can easily say, I also don't like rejection. You could easily say no to me, but then I'm going to feel like, I don't know.
How the tables have turned.
What?
Because cleaning is what? Lindsay.
What?
Sorry. Inside jokes. That's a Saturday Night Live. Gosh, what was the girl's name?
We every time we forget it. Abby? No.
I can't remember. But anyways, he goes like, Lindsay. And she goes, what? And he goes, are you throwing spit wads at
Cindy?
Cindy? And she goes, sorry. And that's the whole skit. And it's so dumb. I don't know why it's funny.
So dumb, but we do it all the time.
I think it was we had our Netflix Saturday Night Live stint for like we watched as many as we could for like
The old ones, though. The new ones are stupid.
yeah, new Saturday Night Live sucks. I don't care what you say; they are not funny anymore.
Yeah.
So they got some good ones, but it's like not worth watching the entire show to see that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Cleaning is your sex. To where I was like,
Yes.
babe, let's have sex. And I was like, eventually just the fear of a rejection made me stop asking.
Oh.
And now it's like the same thing. You're like, can you help me
Oh.
clean? But no, the fear of rejection is making stop asking. It's so
Fear of
interesting.
rejection or
Okay, every time I say no to your cleaning request, you get to say no to my sex request. Tradesies. No, but honestly, if you delegate a cleaning task to me, I have no problem. And today was especially productive day for me. I'm really excited about today, like, because I got to get a lot of work done because I didn't have to drive on the road, so I got like so much office work done today, and then I was even able to catch up on my book from a men's group.
Mm-hmm.
I washed all the dishes and
Shouted.
cleaned all that up, mowed the lawn, and I wasn't even feeling like doing it, but I was just like, what am I going to do right now?
You served me in my love language.
Oh, I mean, I was just doing it, but
I know. It's our house, I guess. But nobody, I don't think anyone, well, I think Juliana cares about a clean house, but nobody,
she doesn't see the house.
the other three of you could live in a mess. If I died, this house would.
That is not true. I don't clean sorry to cut you off. I don't clean my side of the bed because I get sick and tired of it being destroyed every time I go in there. So I think, what's the point? The kids come into my bedroom and specifically destroy. I mean, I'm sure your side gets hit too, but my side gets rummaged through, splayed all over the place. And I understand now, I think, why my parents didn't allow kids in the bedroom and why my dad wasn't allowed in his parents' bedroom.
I don't think we were allowed in my mom's bedroom, but my dad's bedroom we weren't allowed in.
That's why, and I
don't know if we weren't allowed in it or we just didn't go in there. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was like a specific rule we weren't allowed. I mean, if my dad invited us in, you know, so he was like, he would invite us in to come see him in his bedroom, but it's like, you don't just go in there.
Yeah.
And when I was really little, I used to run in there and jump in bed with them, which our kids do too. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. But
So what is the most frustrating thing? And it's okay to be honest. I'll try to control my tears. Just kidding.
with your communication,
Yes. Because I know probably what it is, but
I have a hard time remembering things. And I think that I think it's a common scenario with guys where, you know, the whole joke of women have to tell men 1,000 times about the one thing that's happening. It's because it's a really important thing to you, and it's important to me because it's important to you, but it's not like the thing that I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
And it's burning in your mind every day. So you think, why doesn't he remember this? I've been thinking about it every single day. So for me, because you won't write it down or put it in the calendar, you write it down in your planner, but you won't put it in the calendar or stuff like that.
I'm so old school. It's so much easier to like write lists and
I
love highlighting it. It's so
I
satisfying.
get that. You know what I think what I will find? I will get, I think maybe I'll find, they have these pens, I think, that will transcribe what you write to a cloud. Don't write anything dirty, you sicko.
I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah,
I was
right.
thinking, can I highlight?
But with something like that, maybe you could have your way of doing things and compromise, and it goes to a digital. Like it would still be a hassle for me because I would have to like go and look up this app to find your information. Where like streamlining it, I really like the whole. Like for me, my daily reminders help me not to think about. Which thinking about stuff over and over and wondering if I did or didn't do it stresses me out. So I have my reminders every day, like, oh, I did that. Check, done. Everything I
You're
need to do.
so tech savvy with that stuff. Like it's one more reason to be on my phone, and I just don't like it.
I feel you.
And writing stuff down is my jam. I just love doing it.
I feel you.
So that's why I have my calendar and I have my planner, because I write everything in the planner, and then stuff that you need to know, I try to remember to put it in there, and I don't always know. But
I would not be. I think that maybe you assume that I'd be overwhelmed by all the information that you have. Like I don't want to see that, but I don't care.
No, I don't think you would be. I think you want to know it. You want to know what I'm doing at 10 a.m., 12 a.m., 11. Yeah. I think you're fine with that. I don't think you'd be overwhelmed. I would be overwhelmed sitting there and adding one more social media type thing to my list when I'm just like, he doesn't need to know if I'm going to the bathroom at midnight. It's not important.
You plan that?
I'm getting to that age,
Sonny. What are you, Sheldon? We weren't allowed in the game room for a while, too.
Game room?
Yeah, I bet you if you had pool
tables. Was that
tables.
my Katie?
Kate, yeah. If we had pool tables and stuff, my grandpa would shit a brick if we messed with his pool table.
I feel like an idiot. I don't know what game room she's talking about.
Maybe like video games or something. Because your dad was into video games.
Yeah, but I mean,
Nerd.
We all had our bedrooms. The girls had a room. The boys had a room. I had a room because I was the favorite. And then our parents. I don't remember a game room.
Maybe it's.
But maybe it was.
At Dad's where he has his music stuff. She doesn't remember. It probably wasn't off limits to her because she's the golden child.
Yeah.
Or she just doesn't.
I have a bad
Listen,
memory.
she just also, she's a total ditz.
I am.
Okay, so she might not even notice. She might be like, there's more rooms in this house. I'm sorry.
No, I really am a ditz. I hate that about myself, but I just get so in my little zone. And then like last night at dance class, they're like starting something. I'm like, oh, right, we're going. I don't know. I just have, I hate that about myself.
Yeah. So, and that's why one reason why like I want to simplify. I am so used to like taking on so much and doing more things, and when people won't try to remove some of that burden from me, which putting stuff in the calendar does that for me, then it's like I'm doing, like, so for example, we're doing this podcast, right? And this takes an incredible amount of setup for me. Post after I have to watch this whole thing and find all these different pieces to edit, and I have to put those pieces together, and I spend hours and hours and stuff planning and doing homework and all kinds of stuff. And that's not just this. I do the same thing with my men's group, or with when I was in the band, I was same thing, and no one else in the band was reciprocating that. So, I mean, I'm sure they were doing what they felt was in their own way, but they weren't looking at it through my eyes of where I'm spending, like, literally, you can attest to, like, I was always on my computer working on lighting for the shows, or backing tracks, or stage presence, or listening to the songs that we recorded on repeat nonstop, trying to find what's wrong with it. What can I change? What can I fix? What can I make better? And so when you don't do those things, I feel like you're like, like she's just on her own ship doing her thing, and I'm just supposed to like sail next to her, and I hope I can, turn when she turns, because I don't know when she's turning. I don't know. And I have downfalls too, and I would also like to know what those are, communicating wise.
Whereas you can't remember stuff, I hate repeating myself. I feel like, to me, it's like, I got it out. Okay, we're good. That was one thing. Check, done. And then it's like, Then you say, what are we doing again? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, we have to do it with the kids. It drives me crazy with the children mostly, you know, clean your room, clean your room, clean your room, clean your room. I hate repeating myself. I feel with you, it's not so much what you communicate. It's like making a space for us to communicate. You know, when the TVs are always on, the phone is always in your face. Like there's always some gadget like around. Like for me, I just want like peace and quiet, and I want to feel like a welcoming environment to have a conversation or to be able to come to you. But it's like I have to sometimes wait until you're done on your phone. I'm like, babe, and it's like, that fucking phone. I'm sorry, that's 2 F words in one.
I don't think you have to wait. I just think you need to tell me that your intentions are to speak to me when you think about it. Like, give me some preparation time.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like the calendar would solve a lot of problems too. Because, I mean, how many times that have I told you I'm filming a wedding coming up, and then you start planning stuff when I'm doing or telling you about, like, oh, we got to do this weekend. And I'm like, well, I can't actually because I'm filming a wedding.
I haven't done that in a long time because I
haven't filmed the weddings in a long time.
No.
I filmed 3 this year because I've stopped doing that. But like I have stuff in the calendar that I marked out and I told you about too, but you don't remember it either. So it's not just like I don't remember. We both need to get it out and feel like, oh, that loads off. But the calendar or something, it doesn't have to be a digital calendar too. I like that because it's syncs. You put it in there, bam, it's everywhere. Everyone's got it. Don't have to worry about it. But we could do a physical calendar in the house would be fine too, which we have one. Like that kind of sucks because then you're like, for example, and this is why the digital calendar is so awesome, because I'm on some guy, for example, says, hey, I have a wedding next month. Can you do it?
Right.
And I got to be like, oh, I'll let you know when I get home, whenever that is.
No, that calendar we have together is perfect. I'm just saying, like, there's little things that I might not add to there, and
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat you up over all this stuff, but I think that if that's one thing that we can improve on together is maybe do 3 ways: speak it, digital calendar, and something else.
Tacos.
Touch.
You just want to touch my butt.
I do want to touch, but
it's time to go shopping.
I'm there. Maybe because like when we're touching, I can focus on you easier. Mm-hmm. Or how about preparing me for conversation, and I can prepare you for if I have something important to talk about too. I can prepare you for it, like when I confessed my deepest, darkest secrets to you.
Mm-hmm.
Did I prepare you for it? I think I just got really awkward and.
Well, you waited till like the kids were in bed and it was just us. So that, and I mean, if you're watching TV or on your phone, I just automatically go to my phone, but you weren't. So I was like, oh boy, something's going on. Okay. Yeah. So, and honestly, I put the TV on for a couple reasons. One, because you never put it on. I hate the TV.
I know, but so this is a frustrating thing for me because I know that we like to watch our show together or have like a show we can bond over. Mm-hmm. And like I'll come upstairs and you'll just be sitting in bed and then I'll be like, I'll have like 10 other things I got to get done like real quick before we can watch our show. And you're just sitting there, not doing anything, not helping me prepare the show, not like getting it queued up or anything like that. And then once I'm done, I could literally just lay down and fall asleep. And you would just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Because I don't like the TV.
But then I would also, if I was to turn on the TV right then and watch another show that's like my show, you'd be like, babe, can we watch our show?
Yeah,
yeah. But like you could also put in that little work to get it queued up and ready.
I could. good, but I don't know. I'm not. You're like the master of the television.
I
so
know,
just
but this
don't
is
touch, it's
this
just
is
like
the
not my
bane.
territory.
This is like the bane of my existence
Okay.
because I am that for everyone, everywhere, but no one will take the time to learn
I hear you.
the craft.
I see you.
And it's turning on a TV and changing a channel. That's not even a hard one.
I can handle it. I'm gonna turn the TV on from now on. I'm gonna be such a good wife.
All right, you are a good wife. I
Yeah.
love you, and
That's something I can handle.
we need another
Turning
long,
the TV on.
a long pour. Oh my gosh, we've been talking for a while. This
Yeah,
is,
we got to wrap it up. 5 more minutes.
nope, I
max.
refuse.
I was gonna say something on that. I forgot. I'm gonna turn the TV on.
What do you got on that? What is there anything good giblets on
Oh.
that paper?
I was just gonna plug our show, Only Murders in the Building. So good.
That is a great show, but that's just I like the Martins. They are.
Selena Gomez is so cute.
She's okay.
I love her. Wizards of Waverly Place.
No, I like her. I hate her. I hate the attitude, and I don't think it's her character. I think that's just who she is.
I think that's who she is too, but whatevs. I don't know.
That's okay. She's cute and she's fun. I just hate that aloof. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, real quick. You have some like talking parts. Do you have the same paper? Or what?
No. I just gave you that one because
We pretty much talked about everything. Giving a heads up. Stay in your lane. Being a good listener. That's not on here. But I think sometimes with communication, people want to just jump in and like defend. And it's like, take a breath when they say something that upsets you. This is what I'm trying to focus on because I'm in my meditation era. No.
This is my.
Yes.
I'm my
It's
sexy
giving
ass.
meditation. I'm a Pisces. No. This
you?
is yeah, I am.
I just don't care.
That's why I'm so emotional.
Oh, that's fine.
No, so when I hear something that is frustrating to me, and before like reacting and like trying to defend, I just take that breath and realize the person is not done talking. And this isn't just with you, it's with everyone. The person is not done talking, so I need to like let that happen first. The reason I think I defend is for a lot of reasons, but ultimately I just forget stuff. So at the end of the conversation, I'm like, what was I gonna say? I'm such a ditz. It's so annoying. What?
That is hard in conversation because sometimes you
To
do
bite your
like
tongue.
you think of something for a point
Yeah.
to counterpoint.
And then you kind of dwell on it while that person is still talking.
You miss everything they're talking
Then you
about.
miss everything
Yeah.
they're talking
That's
about.
why when debates they write down a lot because so they can come back to that point and still like hear the rest of the point. Well, smart debaters do that. A lot of you
Are
see
they
the
master debaters? I had to.
I cannot believe you right
knew
now.
I was gonna say it.
I didn't.
You had
I
that
didn't.
look on your face.
I didn't expect you at all.
That's going on the shorts.
I wish you'd go on my shorts.
Anyways.
Oh, it's okay when you do it.
Anyways.
Do you want to hear a couple of the ways that women talk versus men's talk statistically?
Yep. I do. I would love to be an active listener.
You know what's interesting? When I was reading this, I was judging the writer the whole time. I was like, oh, this is written by a woman. Guess what? It wasn't. But now I'm wondering if he's gay.
I'm not a feminist, but shut up.
Okay, anyways, just kidding. You don't even know what that means at this point. That could mean something good or bad. You don't even know.
Yeah,
Okay.
but to say it's probably written by a woman.
Yeah, that does have condescending tones. You're right. I apologize.
Condescending. I could care two shits about feminism, but there is
Speaking
also
down, it talks about in here how women perceive the way men talk sometimes as being as mansplaining when they're really just
it's true.
men are just really. I'll read it verbatim off of here. Great, and I have to find it. That's awkward.
Okay.
So this is like speaking to what we were talking about earlier. When men hear a complaint, they're more likely to see it as a challenge to give their advice or find a solution. While they think they are being helpful, women will see this as mansplaining. And I gotta say that is this whole mansplaining thing is so frustrating, because really what it is, it's women or men sometimes who don't understand how men speak. I have valuable information and I want to portray it to you, not because I think you're stupid or you don't understand, because if you know it already, you can say, oh yeah, I got that. But I would like to impart my wisdom that I struggled and fought and hurt and did all these things. I broke my arms. I busted my knuckles fixing this problem before. And I know, wow, that was not pleasant. I did a lot of cuss words and hurt my body. Here's how you could not do that. Because I hear you have a problem. I'm going to help you solve it. I'm not mansplaining. I just don't want you to get hurt. I'm trying to protect you and save you and help you. Not saying you need help, but I was raised. That's how I was raised my whole life. I was taught to be a provider, to protect, to lay down my life for the people I love. And that's like my whole, like, I would die for you. I would die for the kids, and I'd be happy to do it.
Yeah. I think it's case by case too. There are douchebags out there that
there definitely are. Yeah.
You know, like
there are bad men, but you can't take the bad men and the bad women or the bad gays or the bad people of color or this and then say they're all that. Yeah. That's just wrong.
Yep.
But stereotypes are there for a reason. White people do like soup. Am I wrong?
I haven't met a white person that doesn't like soup. Matter of fact, we had soup at our wedding. That's how freaking white we are. And I didn't know about that stereotype till after our wedding. And I'm like, oh, great. And there was like maybe 2 black people at our wedding.
Yeah. Wow. Probably because we're racists. No, but my battle buddy in the Army was the, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he was the darkest black man I ever met. And I love that guy. Rodney Combs, if you stumble upon this, I still love you. And I still remember the excitement when Obama was elected president. You were just like, woo! That was a fun moment to share with you. What wasn't a fun moment? When we were all giving each other IVs. We were learning how to give each other IVs. And good luck finding a vein on that guy. It was so hard to find a vein, but no, it was cool. So we did a lot of racial stereotypes, at each other to keep each other busy while we were getting,
God, when will the world like get back to that kind of?
I wish it.
Just like
that was like the best time, because we were just like, I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to get hashtag canceled.
Pasta
cast. Next episode, we're talking about pasta. No, but yeah, we used to just razz each other about silly stereotypes or whatever, and it wasn't like. Whatever, it was all in playful fun, but we loved it. We got through, some hard times together, just busting each other's chops, and that was it. It's weird. I don't know why, because it wasn't like they assigned us battle buddies. He was just the first guy that I sat on the bus from wherever I went to wherever I went in training, and we got off the bus, and the drill sergeants were giving. That was a very mentally confusing time, but. Yeah, he went through me through the whole training process, even though it was just randomly. It was weird that I would sit on the bus next to that guy and then end up in the same school afterwards, because that's like rare and weird. Anyways, I see your eyes averted.
Sorry. I didn't even have bubbles.
So I said no champagne.
Okay, I think we can I could go on forever, honestly. About
this is, it's such a multifaceted topic and a hard one.
I think that we talked about this too. We communicated that we should have a guest speaker on this eventually.
Yes. Here's what I think. I think that once we get through this season of podcast, we start getting close friends or family or maybe someone we see, commenting, who has some insight or some input, or someone we look up to, you know, coworker, whatever it is, and we get them to come on and talk about a topic that they have a different opinion on or a strong position on, or whatever the case, so that we can communicate. Because at some point we should be on such a same level that this is weird for us to talk, because we're like, yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, obviously. So it'd be like, let's talk to someone else.
Yeah.
And get to see what they have to say about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line, communication is probably one of the most important aspects of your marriage, and you need to lock it down. Figure it out. It's been 9 years. Snine is a number.
Snine. Yeah,
Snine.
it's a new one. Yeah, I think it's German.
Yeah, snine.
Snine.
9 years, and we're still figuring it out. So don't feel bad if you do not have it down packed. Is it packed? Down packed or pat? Like pat. I think it's like pat it down. Down pat. But then that's kind of silly. Pat down pat.
It's kind of like nip it in the bud. And people
No.
say nip it in the butt.
I've only heard nipping in the bud.
Yeah. Some people don't know what they're talking about.
Mm.
And also some people say especially.
Especially.
Oh.
Or I seen it. Oh my God. I
No,
hate
that's
that
fine. Because
one. That's not fine.
the way I do it is different. Okay.
Seen it.
I seen it.
You're
Because
just
I'm
joking.
quoting a movie. Okay, I seen
It's
it.
I have seen or I saw. It's not I seen. Michiganders do it. I'm sorry. I love you, but Michiganders. I
Oh,
did not.
There
know
goes
that.
half our fan base.
Oh.
All three of them. I should have wrote down what I was thinking, because now I forgot it. Forgot it completely.
All right.
Oh.
Give us what?
We need donations for Laundry Love. If you made it this far, go to laundrylovebc.com or laundrylovebaycity.com. I don't know. It's in the description. Click the link
Give us your money.
and donate some money. $20 one time, $20 once a month would be super helpful, because then we could just count on that money.
If we can become an actual nonprofit, I'm sure I can get Macy's to do their roundup.
At some point, I plan to become a nonprofit. At some point, I want us to expand to more than one laundromat.
Yeah.
I want at least every laundromat in Bay City, Saginaw, Midland, maybe Freeland area, to be covered once a month. Not by us. I want other people to come in and
Yeah.
also have a passion and a drive for this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, we can lead kind of like planting churches, except we're planting Laundry Loves.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the idea of it, because it's just, you're just speaking to people, you're loving on people. And a lot of them ask us,
What church are you
what
from?
church do you belong to? Who's putting on this whole thing? And it, first of all, we cut through all the red ribbon with the church, because we asked our church to do it, and they never got back to me. And it's a common thing in churches, because they have a lot of stuff going on, and
Yeah.
I'm just one little, mosquito.
Ew, you are not a mosquito.
But like, they got a lot of people buzzing in their ears all the time, and God was calling me to do Laundry Love, and
Yep.
I listened. I didn't want to wait and be like, oh, let's wait for the church to do it, because if I did, we would have missed 6 months. But and that's nothing against them. But it's fun to say to these people, no, it's just me and my wife. We just thought we would, love on the neighborhood and not bring that into it. Now, throughout the period while we're doing this, we get deeper relationships with people
We
at
have
the
prayed for
laundromat.
people and stuff.
What's that?
We have prayed for people and stuff.
Yeah,
on the
and
spot.
we've prayed. They hear about a religion, but when you first meet someone, no one wants religion pushed on them, and we're not doing that.
Even when some guy came into my work and he's like, "Do you know Lord Jesus Christ?" And I'm like, "Yes,
Yeah,
actually,
it's like,
I do."
It's so off-putting. It's like,
It
get away from me.
is. Get
As
away.
a Christian, when a Christian does that to me, when they don't know that I'm a Christian and they come up to me and start just spouting off God and the
Yes.
Bible and stuff, and it's like, it's inappropriate. You don't know me, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know me. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that people that do that, they love God.
Yeah.
We got a whole nother podcast right here. I know that
So much good stuff.
I know that people love God and think they're doing the God's work by doing that, but it seems so forced and inappropriate. It's like I came up to you, a stranger, at some setting, and I was just like just telling you what you should do with your life, and it's like inappropriate. You don't know me, know my life, know my struggles. and we can talk about. I can ask you for help, and that's the goal, is to get them to talk about it.
Yeah,
with you.
and they don't want to leave either. It's just, yeah. Anyways, love Jesus. Don't be a turd. Bottom line. Okay, are we done?
Deborah agrees with us. It's
Who's
hard
Deborah?
to communicate. It's super important. It is the most important.
Which Deborah?
Deborah Arana.
I'm gonna need to see her face.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
But before we close, I will say that, when you first get into a relationship, communication can kind of be like this, because we're Twitter-pated, we're sexually attracted, we got all these things moving and stuff, but eventually that goes away.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, it didn't really
not
go
not
away.
necessarily,
Yeah.
but like at some point, sex is
still
going to be
Twitter
very
pated.
less important to
Yeah.
me, and we're not getting the same feelings. One day, cross your fingers. But then all you have is communication. That's what we're gonna do. We're going to grow old, sit in our rocking chairs, and just be like, "Well,
What's your favorite way to eat French fries?
I think I would know by then. I think like the conversations.
You do not put ketchup on your fries.
We do have to have our own dreams though, separate, because otherwise, what the
Yes.
heck are we gonna talk about? We're just gonna be like, "Oh, that was a same as usual day. Good talk." Whatever. I guess we could also just sit in silence. I don't know. We'll get
Read
there.
books.
Our podcast when we're 90 will be a little different. We'll have some updates.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we love you. Stay sexy.
that was so much fun, and I hope this was a very informative talk. I was worried about it, and I'm glad that we did it. I think we did it.
I think we did it.
So, thanks for tuning in to Marriages for Quitters, where we're learning to stop being selfish.
And be your person's person.
Let's try to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Stop being selfish and be your person's person.
Amen.
Amen. And I came up with an acronym for to let viewers know to show up next time. It's see you next Tuesday.
I hate you. I'm just kidding. I love you so much.